Am I the asshole? Because I ate early. We're on vacation with my husband's family. We got here Sunday afternoon. And I was hungry. I made food for myself and my son. My husband said to wait for his family so we could all have dinner together or maybe even go out. It was around 4 o'clock. And he was saying we'd eat at 7. I said I was hungry. And my son and I ate. After that, the three of us sat by the pool. His family arrived around 6. And everyone was hungry and wanted to go out to eat. I don't know if it was the traveling or what. But I was exhausted. So I said I was too tired and would go to bed early. My son stayed home with me. Because he wasn't hungry and wanted to stay. I woke up early this morning. And I made tea and sat by the pool while my son played. When my sister-in-law woke up, she came out to the pool and told me off for eating early. Not going to dinner and being so standoffish. She said everyone wanted to see me and my son. And I was being such a bitch. I said I was tired from traveling. She said if I forced myself to stay awake, I'd be on the same schedule as everyone else. But since I went to bed early and woke up early, I was going to have the same excuse tonight. She also told me off for not making breakfast when I was the first to wake up. But I didn't know when everyone was going to wake up. And no one wants cold breakfast. She just rolled her eyes and walked away. I feel like everyone's been standoffish to me all morning and I'm wondering if I should apologize. Was I an asshole? Not the asshole. It was travel day. And you were hungry and tired. She also told me off for not making breakfast when I was the first to wake up. Is that a rule for your family when you do family events? Shit like this is why I don't do group vacations. Not the asshole. When your body is sending hunger signals, you should eat. Waiting 3 hours to do so is ridiculous and unhealthy. And your child's bedtime would have likely occurred during the time they were out for dinner. So pretty inconsiderate of them to not include that as a factor when choosing a dinner time. And these people are adults. They cannot get themselves breakfast. Lol. There's got to be more to this, right? She just called you a bitch out of nowhere. Planning a big get-together with a synced meal schedule on a travel day is an awful idea. It would be reasonable to ask someone to wait to eat if it was half an hour or so. 3 hours is ridiculous. Suraimo. I'd say you're not the asshole for feeding your kid. I also think you could have had something at 4 that was more of a snack to keep you going until 7. I'm an early eater too, and I would be beyond hangry if I had to wait 3 hours to eat. However, I think you're the asshole for how you handled the situation. There was nothing stopping you having a snack and still going to dinner. I think the not going to dinner was rude if you're all meant to be holidaying together. You are not the asshole and your sil is a piece of entitled work. Ignore her. Definitely not the asshole. My sil got married in Cozumel in 2018. They got there on Tuesday. Everyone else arrived Thursday, Saturday wedding. We had a very long day of travel and didn't make it more than 20 minutes into dinner before we had to beg off or we would have fallen asleep at the table. No one cared, they totally understood, and the rest of the weekend was great. Absolutely not the asshole. I don't get the commenters that are critical of the op. Food and sleep are basic necessities. All sort of family obligations should come second. Even more when there is a 4-year-old child in the mix. Unless that is the one and only evening to socialize with the family, and it doesn't seem so from the context that is absolutely unnecessary level of imposed conformity. Op would have time to meet everybody and talk to them the next day and evening. if they didn't decide to take that personal and be standoffish with her. Info. How old is your son? When is his bedtime and how grumpy was he from traveling? As a mom of a 1-year-old, screwing with bedtime and taking a grumpy toddler to dinner is hell for the mom, so I could definitely see why she wouldn't want to go. Depending on how long the rest of the trip is and how OP is with spending time with everyone the rest of the time. I don't see it as a big deal. In my family everyone has their quirks and we're not always together for every second of vacation. Not the asshole. Why is everyone on a damn schedule the first night? I get that you should spend time together, but then to also expect you to make breakfast just because you woke up early. She's just looking for something to fight about. She's making assumptions. Vacations are for relaxing, not to be on the go. Obviously make time for dinner, but it doesn't have to be every night. Not the asshole. If it's the first day of the vacation, haven't you got the rest of the time to eat together and generally hang out? Or is it a rule that you have to be around each other at all waking hours and have the same wake schedule? Nat. Last thing anyone wants is hangry kids. Wait 3 hours to eat after, right? Keep your kid deprived of food too. And getting told off for going to bed. Essay vacation. Your in-laws sound like a headache. You did nothing wrong. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Traveling affects people differently. Forcing yourself to stay up may work for some, but it doesn't work for everyone. You did what you needed to do for yourself and your son. Do not apologize, you did nothing wrong. That lady needs to make her own breakfast. Not the asshole. The day of traveling arrival is the whatever happens day. You can try for activities or group meals, but basically the whole day is dedicated to everyone and their belongings arriving to the vacation in one piece. Had they actually wanted everyone to attend that dinner, then they should have planned it earlier. Most young kids are heading towards bed around 7 p.m. They are not eating dinner. Also, your sil is an asshole for thinking you should be making everyone breakfast because you were up first. They are grown adults and can make their own damn food. Info. Is there a pattern at play here? Have you vacationed with your in-laws before? Do you frequently wind up needing to go to bed earlier than the people you're hanging out with? And then waking up way earlier than them to continue the cycle? Or was this just Sil inventing a problem before it happened? Info. Are there any other young children on this trip? And this is why you can't travel with everyone. Not the asshole. How TF can someone be on vacation if other people are telling them what they can and cannot do? FTS. What's the timeline? You arrived in the afternoon. 8. Slept. Made yourself breakfast when nobody else was up yet, so maybe 12 to 18 hours. How long is this vacation? Did you blow the only night you had available? WTF. It sounds like your in-laws are self-centered and only are satisfied if you play by their rules. I might understand that they express disappointment at not seeing you at dinner. But you should have made everyone breakfast because you woke up first is a bit of a leap. Not the asshole. But if this attitude towards you keeps up, maybe you should be. She absolutely should not have spoken to you that way. But excluding yourself from family vacation activities and then not understanding why some people might be standoffish with you. I didn't socialize with them and now they won't socialize with me. I don't understand.